Today we're doing a transmission service on a Toyota Prado 2005 model, and it's got the A340 transmission in it. Now we're just going to remove this stone guard just so give us a little bit better access there, and we're going to drain the oil out of here. And when you blow it out or clean the pan, make sure you also give that a bit of a brush there, because that filler tube comes apart there. So important that you don't get any muck going down there later when you're putting it back together. We're just going to have a quick look around, make sure there's no oil leaks or anything that shouldn't be where it is. It doesn't look too bad. That's why I brushed it all. And when you're blowing it out, it's a good idea to just sort of blow everywhere around, get any loose dirt or pebbles or rocks out of the way. Especially if you're doing it on the ground, it'll just stop all that rubbish falling in your eyes or in your face while you're working. Got the plug out, 14mm. Just let that drain out before we take the pan off. Now I've got the plug back in and I've taken all the pan bolts off. I've just left two in diagonally here just to support it. And this one's done 310,000 kilometres and doesn't look like the pan's been off. The way I know that is that it's still got the Celastic, someone Celastic the pan on. That's how they come out of the factory. So I'm expecting to be a few crocodiles in there. So to get the pan off, you just need to get a razor blade and just slowly cut that. It's important to not damage the pan rail, the aluminium pan rail, or the pan. Here's the tool I use to get the pan off. You can I can hammer that in. It's important not to bend anything as well, otherwise it'll leak when you put the new gasket on there. So I'm just going to run around slowly and just try and cut that Celastic. I've just gone around and I just hammer it in there like that. And it's actually come off. Once one corner comes off, it comes off pretty easy. But it's important to be patient, not to damage anything when you're getting that off. The other side seems to have loosened. I might have to just undo these bolts just so I can wriggle around a little bit more. Got the pan off, and if you look carefully, you can see where I've just scraped it a little bit there on that pan rail. It's important to not damage that surface. We're going to scrape all that Celastic off as well, and we're going to take the filter off. They're all 10mm bolts. Now we've got the pan. You can see all the fuzz on the magnets there. So it's important to actually remove the pan when you're doing a service, not to just drain the oil out and do an oil change like on an engine, and also to replace that filter. These filters, you'll notice there are 3 pickups for it, and it also has a snorkel, so you want to make sure you get the right filter. The A340 series, this is an A343F. So you've got to make sure you get the right filter for it. There's there, the A43E and F, Colarado and the Prado. It's got the 3 pickups and the snorkel. See, the A340 series have quite a few different types of filters on the Toyotas. The one that we've got is this one here. So it can be either that one or this one here. So you can see that one's got a little hole there and that one doesn't. So you've got to take note of those things too. And also you can see it just notes there's 2 feed holes with that one, and we've got the 3 feed holes. Quickly, we're on the ATSG manual. You can see the operation of all the different clutch packs, brakes, and sprag clutches for all the gears. I've scraped away all that elastic, and here you can see the pressure control solenoid and the 3 shift solenoids. And as I like to do after you clean the pan, I like to put these magnets up on the ridge like that, just so you get more surface area of the magnet working. Probably even be able to put them up like that, but they will fall over probably eventually. New filters back in. Just make sure you haven't damaged those gaskets when you're putting it back up, and do a comparison of the old one before you put it in as well. Now it's just a matter of putting the pan back on. I've dried the pan rail so the gasket goes on dry. If you'd like, you can replace, there's a little O-ring on that filler tube as well. And when you get the pan back on, just leave it loose. I've left that one loose, you can see. And make sure that the bolts don't go through the gasket, they go through the holes. Sometimes you might need to just push it with a screwdriver just to align the holes properly, but it's a good idea to put all the bolts in before you tighten it up. The pan back on. Good idea to just wipe all that oil off before you finish it. And that's basically the transmission service. While we've got it up in the air, I'm just going to check the diff oil, the front diff, the transfer case oil level, and the rear diff. And also a good idea to check your universal joints if they're worn. What you do is you stick your thumb in there like so, and then you can wriggle this. If you feel any movement between those 2 cups, between your fingers, it means that they're worn. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Just take these off. The oil, or gear oil, should be just weeping out, and then we can fill the transmission up. Might need a bit of a top up. If they take an LSD, a limited slip diff oil, that one's a bit low as well. And the front diff's a little bit trickier. You might have to, if you can't get to it, if you're doing this on the ground, there's a little plug. You can just see it through there, and they've got like a square, oh no, it's an Allen key head in there, so we'll check that as well. These sockets make it a lot easier. That's a 10mm Allen key socket, and I'll just put that in there. You can just see it. I'll check the oil level in the front diff. Diff's a bit low as well, so all 3 were a bit low, front, rear diff and the transfer case. And we're on the Tritech lubricants site, and it recommends the full synthetic fluid, multi-trans full synthetic. I just like to poke a hose down there so you don't get that airlock. The oil just goes in a lot quicker. Put about 3 litres, 3.5 litres in, then I can keep the motor running and just check the oil level with the motor running. 3.5 litres. Now we can start it up. Go right through the whole sequence a couple of times, at least. And back up into park. Probably overfilled it a little bit. It's on the bottom of the hot mark there. We'll take it for a test run and then suck out a little bit if we need to suck out a little bit. There we go, we had to top it up a little bit. It's about here. And the hot level mark's up here. So you can actually see where the cold level mark is here and the hot level mark is here. So the oil will expand that much. Important not to overfill the transmission, or what happens, the oil will hit the spinning parts inside and aerate the oil. Your transmission will play up then. Anyway, thank you for watching.